We are back. This is Ryan Moon on Parlay News, where we are covering the hottest sports prediction markets on Kalshi right now. Our show today is about Austin Smotherman's surprising lead at the Players' Championship as he prepares to take on the treacherous Island Green 18th hole on Friday. Can a golf tournament that hasn't even finished its first round already be telling us exactly who's going to choke on Sunday? 5 guys tied at the top, $10 million in trading volume, and the most dangerous closing stretch in golf still waiting to devour someone's dreams. But here's what nobody's talking about while they're staring at that pretty leaderboard with all those -5s lined up. One of those leaders hasn't even finished Thursday's round yet. Austin Smotherman is sitting at -5 through 17 holes at TPC Sawgrass. The market's pricing him like he's already posted that score and walked off to sign his card. Except he hasn't. He's got the 18th hole remaining 463 yards with water lurking left and a green complex that sent plenty of pros home angry. And he's going to play it Friday morning after sleeping on it, in weather that's looking worse than what he had Thursday. The market is giving him a clean -5. But his expected score? Somewhere between -4.65 and -4.75. Tour average on that hole is closer to bogey than par. That's a quarter to a third of a stroke the market is just handing him for free because his name shows up in the tie for first graphic on ESPN. This is the edge nobody's talking about. While everyone's debating whether Maverick McNeely can finally break through for his first win or whether Sahith Theegala's got the nerve for Sawgrass on Sunday, the real money is being made on understanding that not all -5s are created equal when the round isn't even complete. The Players' Championship is golf's beautiful disaster. It's not a major. There are only 4 of those, and the golf gods guard that club jealously. But ask any pro what non-major they'd most want to win, and they'll say this one. $4.5 million to the winner, the biggest purse in golf, 5-year exemption, and a venue that's specifically designed to humiliate the best players on the planet in front of 50,000 screaming fans. Pete Dye built TPC Sawgrass to be a chaos engine. The 17th hole. That island green you've seen in every golf highlight package ever made is 137 yards of pure psychological warfare. Tiger Woods has dunked balls there on his way to victories. Legends have triple bogeyed. Nobodies have walked off with 2-shot swings that changed their entire careers. If you're leading on Sunday and standing on that tee, you're experiencing the single most pressure-packed short iron in regular tour golf. But here's what makes this week even more chaotic. Round 1 got suspended Thursday due to deteriorating conditions. 58 degrees, 40% precipitation, north wind gusting to 17 miles per hour. That's borderline unplayable for elite scoring at a course where water is in play on both sides of fairways, and the wind swirls like it's personally offended by your golf ball. Friday's forecast? Partly cloudy, high of 68, continued rain chance with winds potentially increasing through the afternoon. Sunday could see gusts approaching 19 with scattered showers. Translation? The scoring window is closing. The guys who posted -5 Thursday morning in calmer conditions got the better end of the draw. The guys finishing Friday morning and then turning around for round 2 in worse afternoon conditions. They're getting absolutely wrecked by the schedule.
Building a new product? Temez Labs takes you from napkin sketch to the App Store. Trusted by Fortune 500s for quality, security, and speed. Book your free strategy session at temez.ai.
This creates a massive market inefficiency that sharp traders live for. When a round gets suspended, the market overvalues whoever's at the top when they blow the horn. But some of those leaders finished in calm morning conditions. Others, like Smotherman, have volatile holes remaining in potentially worse weather. The market doesn't properly discount this because most bettors don't track detailed weather timing. They just see a leaderboard and think all -5s are the same. They're not. Let's talk about who's actually real in this -5 cluster. Maverick McNeely finished his round clean. He's one of the tour's most consistent ball strikers. He's also got 0 PGA Tour wins and 6 runner-up finishes. 6 times he's been right there, and 6 times he's found a way to not close. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern. At Sawgrass, where the closing stretch demands nerves of steel and the ability to hit one perfect 9-iron when your hands are shaking, McNeely's track record screams fade. Sepp Straka, on the other hand, that's the profile that wins here. He took down the Honda Classic twice, both on difficult South Florida tracks that reward precision and course management. That's the exact skill set that plays at Sawgrass. Methodical, accurate, doesn't beat himself. If his price is anywhere near McNeely's, Straka's the better value all day. Sahith Theegala's got the ceiling. He's young, hungry, finished top 10 in majors, elite ball striking metrics. But he's also prone to the occasional blow-up hole, which is death at Sawgrass. Still, higher upside than McNeely, more proven than Lee Hodges, who's the definition of streaky. But here's where it gets really interesting. Sitting one shot back at -4 is Justin Thomas. JT won the Players by birdieing 4 of his last 5 holes to force a playoff. He's a 2-time major champion, former world number 1. He knows how to navigate 17 and 18 under pressure because he's already done it when it mattered most. And the market is likely underpricing him because the public fixates on leader status. One shot after 18 holes at a course this volatile is absolutely nothing. If conditions worsen Friday and the leaders falter while JT goes out and shoots -4 or -5 in round 2, he could easily be leading by Friday night. And you'll have bought him at a discount because casual bettors think being tied for first after one round somehow matters way more than it actually does. Here's the math that matters. Justin Thomas at -4 with 15 PGA Tour wins, and a player's title is worth more than Maverick McNeely at -5, with 0 tour wins and a history of not closing. If those two are priced within 5 to 7 percentage points of each other, that's not a market, that's a charity. Russell Henley's in that -4 group too, won here previously. Rock-solid driver of the golf ball, one of the most accurate players on tour. At TPC Sawgrass, boring accuracy beats exciting aggression every single time, especially when the wind's howling and water balls are flying.
Oh, hey, friend. Do you like what you're hearing? Now you can have a ridiculously amazing podcast, too. Check out holler.studio to get yourself one today.
Now let's talk about what this week means for the Masters market, which is sitting out there 4 weeks away, quietly absorbing all this live information. When the flagship golf market is trading 10 million in volume, the Masters future sees sympathetic liquidity as traders rotate profits and adjust their major championship portfolios based on who's showing elite form right now. But here's the trap. TPC Sawgrass and Augusta National are very different tests. Sawgrass rewards precision and avoiding big mistakes around water. Augusta rewards creativity, elite short game, and the ability to navigate lightning-fast greens on wildly undulating terrain. A player who dominates at Sawgrass might not have the game for Augusta. The smart move is to identify players showing elite ball striking here. That's the skill that transfers, while fading players whose Sawgrass success comes primarily from hot putting. Because Augusta's greens are an entirely different animal, and that magic runs out fast on the fastest surfaces in golf. If a consensus Masters favourite like Scotty Scheffler has a poor showing this week because he happened to play the back 9, in brutal Friday wind, his Masters price might drop 2 to 3 percentage points. That's a gift, because Sawgrass variance has nothing to do with his ability to win at Augusta. Conversely, if someone like McNeely shoots -15 and finishes top 3 here, the public will pile into his Masters contract even though his profile screams doesn't close in big moments. That's your opportunity to fade the hype and buy players with actual Augusta pedigree whose prices dipped due to one mediocre week. The real edge in this market right now is understanding the suspension dynamics. When play resumes Friday morning, the first 30 to 60 minutes are going to be pure volatility. Early birdies and bogeys will cause wild swings as retail traders overreact to incomplete information. Sharp traders fade these moves because they understand that small sample size doesn't change long-run win equity much. Weather is the biggest variable in play. With winds already gusting to 17 Thursday and forecasts suggesting continued or worsening conditions through the weekend, the player who wins is likely going to be someone who avoids big mistakes around water, putts conservatively from long range, and manages their ball flight. If Friday turns into a survival test where scoring average is +2 or higher, win equity shifts dramatically toward grinders and away from bombers. Most traders aren't tracking detailed weather forecasts with hourly wind data. They're not reviewing strokes gained stats by wave and conditions. They're not calculating expected value adjustments for incomplete rounds. That's where the edge lives this week. the Players is already the most volatile tournament on the PGA Tour calendar. Add in a mid-round suspension, deteriorating weather, and a $10 million liquid market full of retail flow, and you've got a perfect storm for mispricing. So can a golf tournament that hasn't even finished its first round tell us who's going to choke on Sunday? Not exactly, but it can tell us who the market thinks is leading when they're actually not. It can show us who got lucky with wave timing and who's about to get exposed. It can reveal that one shot back with a proven winner's resume is worth more than tied for first with a history of runner-up finishes. Austin Smotherman's going to finish that 18th hole Friday morning. If he makes par, fine. He's cleanly at -5 and you lose small. But if he makes bogey, he drops to -4 and loses the psychological leader tag, and you just shorted him at an inflated price while everyone else was staring at Thursday's incomplete leaderboard. Justin Thomas is sitting right there at -4, one good round from leading, with the exact profile that wins at Sawgrass when the pressure amps up and the wind starts blowing. The tournament that tells us who chokes on Sunday is the same tournament that's telling us right now who the market is overvaluing on Thursday. You just have to be willing to look past the pretty leaderboard and do the math nobody else is doing. Thanks for listening to Parlay News. You can support our podcast by following the show, rating it 5 stars, and telling your friends. Remember, the content on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and do not constitute financial advice. Prediction markets are extremely risky, and you should never play with more money than you are willing to lose. Always do your own research. Catch you on the flip.
Grep News. Tamez.